evening, I'm David Gilbert. In a nationally broadcast speech tonight, President Clinton appealed to the nation to rally around a compromised budget plan designed to slow the projected growth of federal spending by $496 billion over 5 years. The president said that the budget plan will generate 8 million new jobs over the next 5 years while raising taxes mainly on the wealthy. Senator Dole, who delivered the Republican response, said the budget compromise would neither cut the deficit significantly nor create any new jobs. Dole added that the deficit will increase by $1 trillion even if Congress enacts the tax increase, which he called the biggest in world history. Democratic leaders are sounding confident that they will be able to muster enough votes to pass the budget plan when it comes to a vote in the House. The Senate tally appears to be closer, with a few key senators still wavering. The final package includes $255 billion in cuts of projected increases in spending, coupled with $241 billion in tax increases. The House will take up the measure Wednesday, and the Senate is scheduled to vote on Friday. A federal appeals court in Ohio has cleared the way for retired Cleveland auto worker John Demjanjuk to return home. The court ruled that the federal government must allow Demjanjuk to return to the U.S. while a court investigates the government's handling of his 1986 extradition to Israel. Demjanjuk was acquitted in Israel last Thursday of being Ivan the Terrible, the sadistic Nazi guard who helped execute 850,000 Jews. He is currently being detained in Israel until that government's courts decide whether to file new war crimes charges against him. In Prairie du Rocher, Illinois today, an attempt to save the town from the waters of the Mississippi has apparently failed. Witnesses said floodwater has risen very rapidly against a levee protecting the town. Earlier, engineers had deliberately knocked a hole in another levee upstream. They hoped the surge of water would help deflect a torrent bearing down on the historic town. Officials say the plan may have been a good one, but the floodwater has simply overpowered the control efforts. Meanwhile, in Washington, Senator Robert Byrd is urging his colleagues to act quickly on a $4.7 billion flood relief bill. A version of that bill has been passed by the House. Also in Washington today, it is now Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The newest Supreme Court justice won confirmation in the Senate by a vote of 96-3. At a White House news conference, Ginsburg said she will do the very best she can in the job. She's to be sworn in next Tuesday. Bosnia's President Alija Izetbegović is telling his troops to stop all offensive actions. He is in Geneva, where mediators have been trying to get the warring factions in Bosnia to draw the lines for 3 new ethnic states. The order came in response to great pressure from the mediators. In a letter to the UN, the Muslim leader said his government is being pressed to accept a deal based on what he called war crimes, ethnic cleansing, and genocide. Izetbegović agreed last week to carving up Bosnia into ethnic republics, but for 2 days he has boycotted talks on drawing the boundaries. That is your news in brief. For KTVU News, I'm Dave Gilbert.